Hey guys, this is Brian. Today I'll be teaching you how to jailbreak your iPod Touch 2nd generation. This jailbreak includes Cydia and installer. There's the volumes thing, scroller, and the back. Sound from the iPod Touch 2nd generation. I'm going on YouTube just to show you. Fast forward. And that's my way of showing you that it's 2nd generation. Alright, so 2nd generation iPod Touch. Syncing it is the first step of this jailbreak, because this is the last time you will sync it before you jailbreak it, of course. So do that, and we'll get started with the graphical user interface on my computer. Okay guys, go ahead and start installing and extracting all the files that are in the description, because these files may take a while to download due to limits of the hosts of who is hosting these files. I won't host them on my own server because I don't have enough bandwidth to offer for that. Anyway, you're going to download your first zip file, and that's going to contain these two folders, and these two this folder and this file. So you should only have 4 files in there. Then you're going to install this, or download this. Save it into the same extracted folder as this exe file, the install folder, the firmware bundles, and the temp batch folder. Now, because we already got a jailbroken IPSW file, we can skip step 2. So, you need to install these two things. Vista users need to go to install folder and set the libusb exe file to the compatibility of Windows XP. If you're on Vista, you need to do that, otherwise it could mess some stuff up on your computer. I've already gotten these two things installed. I'm on Windows XP, by the way, in case you didn't notice. Now this is the step 2, that makes your patched IPSW file. Since we already got a jailbroken IPSW, we could skip that step. And now we need to put the iPod Touch in DFU mode. To do that, all you need to do is first have it plugged into your computer, have it on, and then hold the button, the power button and the home button, for 10 seconds or until you hear the USB removal sound on your computer. Then you just need to hold down the home, move that finger off the power button and hold down on the home button until you hear the next sound. So this is how I do it. Just continue holding it until you hear the USB sound, or just count to 10. And now I'm removing my hand off the power button, holding on the home button for 8 seconds or until I hear the sound. There we go. The iPod is now in DFU mode, which means you cannot access it, and it's in recovery mode. iTunes will recognize it in recovery mode. Just click OK and get out of this whole system. Do not be afraid to put your iPod in DFU mode, because it's really not a big deal. Now you're just gonna click the upload DFU file, and then unplug the iPod Touch and plug it back in, which will make the iPod Touch screen white. Let me move it so you can see it. Alright. Now you're just going to click the upload on patch, and it'll flash, and then you click next step. For the next step, you're just going to click the press me button. You're going to right click and paste. You haven't copied anything, but the program has made it so you have something in your clipboard copy system on your computer. So you can automatically paste it, and it'll do the work for you. Let me just get out of this iTunes thing, because I unplugged it and plugged it back in. And once this is done, it will automatically close out of the command prompt. There you go. Now the next step is to restore the iPod Touch. So just go ahead and leave the graphical user interface open, but go into iTunes. Now to restore to the jailbroken firmware, we need to click Shift on our keyboard, and then click on Restore with the mouse. So watch. Now, holding shift and clicking restore at the same time allows you to find your own custom firmware on your computer. Now, you're going to need to go to the folder, jailbreak GUI, or wherever these files are, and select the jailbroken IPSW file. Select open, and it will do everything for you from there. This restore right here, or syncing your files back on your iPod, is probably the longest steps of the jailbreak itself. So I'll go ahead and let it do that. And pause it, and when it's done, I'll be back. Okay guys, the iPod Touch is finished restoring to jailbroken firmware. You should get a little balloon down here that will say that it has malfunctioned or something of the similar. Your iPod Touch will be like it's in DFU mode and you can't access it. Sadly enough, it isn't in DFU mode. Your computer will think it's malfunctioned, but it's not. I'll show you how to fix that. Let me show you the little malfunction message that you will get. Let's see. See what we can get here. Okay, there is the malfunction message you will get. Do not panic. It's no biggie. Just continue following the steps. We are now on step 5. Step 5 is the booting process. So if you want to boot your iPod Touch after you turn it off and it's jailbroken, just start at step 5 and follow to the end of the GUI. First step, put it in DFU mode. Well, since it's considered malfunction, we're not going to be able to hear the USB sound. So we're just going to have to use it by counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I removed my hand off the power button, and now you will hear a USB sound when it connects. It is now in DFU mode, and your computer will now recognize it. See, iTunes is blinking. It says it's in recovery mode. That's a good sign, because now your computer recognizes it. Now just go through this. This looks very similar to some steps you've already done, but it's not a repeat, and you have to do it to jailbreak it. Now just unplug your iPod Touch and plug it back in, long enough for your computer to recognize it. White screen. Upload own patch. It should just flicker. Let's get out this little iTunes thing. Go to the next step. And this time, I don't believe there's any errors with this. What you have to do on step 6 is paste. Everything will work the way it should. No errors, no having to copy and paste manually. So this is a really wonderful updated version of the GUI. So 1.7. It also has installer along with Cydia, so hey, it works and it's great. So now it'll close when it's done. If it doesn't work, then you just click that. But it did work for me. So now we're just going to go upload patch DFU. That'll flicker. Now we're going to type go and /exit ourselves. So go /exit. Now doing this will basically reconnect your iPod Touch to the computer. You have to wait till it reconnects to your computer to do the following steps. If it doesn't reconnect, then you will be unable to do these next steps. And finally, the last and final booting, just type go and /exit. It will now boot. Okay, and here's the iPod Touch 2nd generation. There's the little side speaker still. Speaker or Wi-Fi antenna in the back. And Cydia. Oh yeah, and don't forget installer. So I'll go in Cydia. Okay, here's Cydia. And here's some featured packages. 2nd generation. Alright guys, that's all. Bye. Comment, rate, subscribe. Alright, so we go here.